Hello everybody, Final Miner back again for another episode of our Let's Play. And you can see in my hand the thing that we put together last episode. In case you missed it, the goal was to make a sword that could kill just about anything we would find in one hit. And it wasn't doing that quite at the end of the last episode, so we went ahead and added a level of quartz to it. So you can see it's doing 21.8 damage now, and I've confirmed. Yes, it's a one-hit sword. It's also gigantic. Much bigger than I remembered. So, that's good. So I figured the next thing we could do is look at getting me some better armor. The helmet has already broken. The steel helmet that we made right before we went to the ocean monument. The boots, yeah, 4 durability. These guys are going to go pretty soon. And honestly, the leggings and chest plate are not far behind. So, armor. We have a ton of options. A ton. Actually, Editions gives us several choices, like Redstonia or Diamantine. Between the two, I think I would prefer Redstonia, just because these redstone crystals are cheap. Man, those are cheap. And look, 7 armor compared to the Diamantine 8 armor. I'd rather spend one piece of redstone than 1 diamond, right? I mean, clearly. And it's almost as good. So, I guess that's an option. Payless seems to be about as good, but I'm really wanting something a little bit fancier. For some reason, obsidian is not that great. I guess I could mix and match. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure what armor toughness is. I have to assume that means it doesn't wear out as quickly. But anyway, let's look at some more fancy pants type things. Let's see. We could go with mud. Mud is horrible, and it only has, 30 or 32 or less durability. So that's not an option. There's mana steel, which I have used mana steel as my first real set of armor in a Let's Play. Not in a Let's Play, but in a single player map. It's great because it repairs itself if you have a mana tablet, but we're not really going with a Botania build this time around, so there's not a lot of point to get into it just for that. Same with the mana weave and the elementum and terra steel and so on. Terra steel, elementum. We do have the draconic stuff. That's way out of our reach for now. We may get there eventually and, deck ourselves out in that, but not for now. So the Ender IO stuff, that's actually a possibility. Not only do I really like all of the special effects and stuff that you can get off of Ender IO armor, but it also uses some of the machines that we've already built to prepare it. And we're going to end up using more Ender IO stuff in the future as well, so I guess you could say it'll use the tech that we're going towards without introducing a lot of extra stuff we're only going to use once. There's also this Faraday stuff from Immersive Engineering. I haven't used it. You can see the durability is really terrible. Really bad. However, it gives you a special protection. If you build I think it's a Tesla coil from Immersive Engineering, and you put it into a certain mode, it will shoot electric bolts out at nearby enemies. But if you have this set of armor on, it won't shoot you. It'll just leave you alone completely. So it's a way that you could have a mob defense weapon out at your front gate, and you could run through it just fine, but enemies would have a hard time. So I think it looks really good. I think it looks really, really good. The problem is the durability. It seems like the minute that I got into a real fight, I would have this stuff almost ready to break, right? I guess we don't have to worry so much about it because we do have this repairer, and since it has such little durability, it probably wouldn't take that much energy to fix. So yeah, we'll think about it. The other problem is it gives you next to no armor. Almost zero armor. Open computers hover boots. That sounds really interesting, but we're not going to go with that yet. Hardened leather armor. In the old times, people used to take leather and they would boil it, and when they boiled it, it became extremely hard. And so that was a way for them to take leather and make some really legitimate armor out of it. So, and it looks kind of cool too, I think. We may give this a shot. Hardened leather is pressed wax plus leather, and the wax is made with candleberries or pressed wax block. I think this is way out of our league for now. I know Harvest Craft actually adds bees. I'm kind of surprised there's not a bee recipe. A recipe from bees. Moving on. The Redstone Arsenal stuff. That's, again, pretty interesting. We probably have enough diamonds to do it, but I think it's going to take 54 diamonds. Let's take a peek to see if we even can consider that. Nope. Nope. So that's not an option. Yeah, forget about that. So I think for now we're going to be aiming at dark steel. One of the main reasons to wait to use dark steel is not having enough emeralds. Yeah. We have emeralds. We have emeralds for days. So I think that's where we're going to go. So dark steel takes one piece of obsidian. Let's see how much obsidian we have. Obsidian. I know you're out there. Maybe you're actually not. Wow, I thought I had like a stack of this stuff. Okay, so we're going to be making obsidian. It takes obsidian, it takes coal dust of some sort, and it takes iron. Let's go ahead and get 27. There we go. So, no obsidian in a drawer. What a shame. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up some obsidian, which means I'm probably going to have to make a trip to the Nether to get the lava for it. Yeah. Tell you what, I really don't want to make this trip to the Nether more than once. So is there a way for us to upgrade this to the you can put a fluid tank in a fluid tank to empty the fluid tank. Is there a way for us to upgrade this to the next tier fluid tank? Let's see, fluid tank, pressurized fluid tank. I really wish that you could use a regular fluid tank in the middle here, but I guess that doesn't really happen. What? You can paint a fluid tank? That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. And again, the problem here is we're going to need dark steel to even make it. But so, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to grab, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 of these of the regular fluid tanks. And I think we still have a pump in the Nether somewhere. I don't even know. If not, I'll set one up. And we'll use that to fill up our lava. Back in a minute. I've already got our lava. while we're at it, how about we pick up some soul stone? Excuse me, soul sand. Oh yes. This is the job that this shovel was born for. Instantly disintegrating all soul sand in its sight. Wahahaha. Oh, yes. Yes, slime shovel, I know. It's like heaven, isn't it? All this soul sand and nothing to stop you. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, this probably took about 2 minutes, and we got what is that? 5, 9, 13 stacks of soul sand, and the shovel's almost worn out, even though it has what? How much durability? 1,000? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this thing is so awesome at killing soul sand. Now here's something I have never seen before, and that is a deep resonance crystal just sitting around in the nether. Yeah. So we will definitely take that back with us. And they're kind of hard to see because they're red colored, so that makes me wonder if I've been missing them this whole time. Okay, so what started out as a quick trip for lava turned into a pretty successful mining run. Got a little bit of blaze rods. Yes, we've picked up an extra ender lily somewhere. We got some drops of evil, which was actually really good. I guess we already had one, but anyway. Some wither dust. Let's see. Piece of draconium. That was nice. A good bit of glowstone. Always good. A little over 1.5 stacks actually. Let's see, this resonating crystal. I feel like it goes in here. And then on top of that we got a bunch of nether quartz, some more ardite and cobalt, and what was the last thing? Yeah, tons of soul sand. So we've got almost 1,000 soul sand now. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and cook up some of that obsidian. Back in a sec. While I'm waiting on some of the obsidian to finish up, I'll show you a little change I made. I changed the stairs going down to the undergarden. And we're using mossy stone bricks. I tried mossy cobblestone at first, and I did chisel using chisel and bits. I took off this corner of it to make them into stairs. I tried mossy cobblestone first, and surprisingly, when you take anything off of a mossy cobblestone block, it loses all of its moss. All of the moss disappears, and it just looks like a even more plain than regular stone block. So that was boring. So anyway, we're using mossy stone brick, and I went ahead and refloored this area. Still need to do the walls in here. Still need to do something with the ceiling, but for now, looks a lot better. At least we have proper stairs going in and out, right? Alrighty, let's get back to it. So I'm smelting up some of the nether quartz that we got with some of the tons of soul sand we got. Getting those blocks of quartz and rich slag, but that's not what we're doing right now, is it? What we are doing right now is making some dark steel. And you know what, while we're at it, why don't we just make a stack, especially since, go away moth, especially since we've got this crazy capacitor that can make it crazy fast. So we need about 14 more coal powder. That's what that looked like. See how much coal we have in here. We don't have a lot of coal, ironically enough. One of the things we really lack is coal. I don't think you can use charcoal for this. I don't think so. I don't believe so. So we'll just have to see. I guess since we're waiting, we can check on the recipe. Alloy smelter. Oh, you can make it in an arc furnace. Oh, well, wow. Okay, that would probably be really fast. Super fast. So I guess these are additives. These are the two additives, and that's the one primary. Anyway, coal, pulverized coal, crushed coal, coal powder, coal sand, pulverized coal, crushed coal. Yeah, so it's not going to be charcoal. It's got to be the real deal. It's got to be the authentic, the original. And I guess I can't stack that yet, can I? So once that runs out, I'll stick this in there. And alloys notoriously take a long time to smelt up. The Ender IO alloys do. So this is actually quite fast. It's actually quite fast. Actually, you know what? While we're waiting, why don't we take some of these over to the arc furnace and see how that goes. Yeah, the arc furnace is still burning a lot more power than we can provide to it. When I flip it on, it seems to be burning at about 1,000 a tick. It seems to be running at about half speed, and that's based on the fact that about half of the stacks will process at the same time. And that also makes sense. 1,000 a tick is exactly the limit of these lasers. They can't send more than 1,000 a tick. So it's being given 1,000 a tick, and it's doing half of its stacks at once. So to me, it makes sense that that would mean it needs about 2,000 a tick to run at full speed. And obviously it's more than 1,000 because this energy bar always empties completely out, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and clear some of this out. Just clear it out. We'll stick our, let's stick the additives in first. And coal. And then what happens if we spread it like crazy? Well, first of all, it sucks all of the power out of it. It can only do about half of its capacity at once. So it's probably smarter to just go ahead and stack these. That'll let it run more or less at full speed. And so what do we get? Dark steel. Excellent. And yeah, I don't know if this is faster or not. This is using about 1,000 a tick to push its to push and do the alloys. The other one's using about 160 a tick. So obviously, if you have a choice, you'd much rather use the other one, right? You'd much rather use the alloy smelter back in the building. Except, if this is doing, 12 stacks at once at full speed, it's going way faster. But yeah, for now, this guy's not even going at full speed. Interesting that our power is going back up. I guess because it's getting 1,000 a tick and it has less than half stacks now. And it also looks like it burns the additive whenever the main thing finishes. So, time to sap the power again. Gold grit. Looks like that's all we've got. And it looks like we hit the limit of our power too. Yeah, you can see it's only processing a couple of stacks at once now. From what I've been able to tell, these electrodes will degrade at the same speed no matter how many items are being processed at once. So if that's true, it makes a lot of sense to try to run it when it's full. Yeah, and we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna manage that yet. 7 coal powder. So, we forgot to get our dark steel from the other building, but that's fine. We don't really need it yet. Let's see, let's start with pants. If you had to choose just one piece of clothes to wear, hopefully you would choose pants. I really hope you would. And then probably shoes, but we'll go with the chest plate. Ladies, you might choose the chest plate. You probably should. There's our shoes, and then we'll go with the helmet. Alrighty. Let's take off. Wow, our boots already busted. I didn't think I even did that much fighting in between. But, oh well. One thing that's cool about the dark steel stuff, oh yeah, that's looking good. Oh yeah. Pretty good. Not horrible. Yeah. It's better than it used to be. It used to be practically a vanilla texture. Oh, I got turned around, didn't I? So, anyway. Do I have any more busted up armor in here? I do have a busted up bow that needs to come out. And I have some busted butter pants in here. Stick those somewhere else. Anyway, oh, I totally forgot what I was going to say. So anyway, what we need next is we need to... How is it? Don't you use an anvil? Yeah, use an anvil. Use an anvil together with a certain item to be able to upgrade them. So, if you don't know about this, you can see it says anvil upgrades, and the first one is empowered vibrant crystal plus 4 levels. Okay, 4 levels. And what that means is it will take 4 levels away from your current experience level. You can see I'm at level 45, so this would take me down to level 41. Here's the thing though, not all experience levels have the same value. So getting to level 1 doesn't take very much. Getting to level 2 takes a little bit more. And going from level 40 to 41, that amount of experience, if you give it to a level 0 player, just the 40 to 41, it'll push them up to like level 15. So the high levels are actually worth tons and tons and tons of experience. And the higher you get, the more it's worth. Okay, what's the point? The point is, if I use an anvil right now and I take 4 levels off, levels 41 to 45, that's actually something like, oh goodness, that's probably like 30 levels worth of experience. So the point is, it would be a gigantic waste of experience. Huge waste. So what we need to do is figure out a way to store our experience. And if we're lucky, we'll have an item that describes itself as, aha, the experience solidifier. I think that takes experience orbs and turns them into solid experience, the kind we get from mob drops sometimes. This stuff right here. Tome of Peritia. Used to store experience. That's blood magic. Probably not going to get into it, so... Living armor, that's blood magic. The experience obelisk is a really, really good option, and that's probably what we'll go with. I wanted to see if we had something else. The experience rod is an item you can carry with you, and it'll store experience. I think it has a limit, though. The obelisk has a limit of something like 100 levels. It's just an insane amount. Okay, so let's take a look at the experience solidifier from Actually Additions. A list of everything. Experience. It's not alphabetized. LPEC. LPEC, what are you thinking? Okay. And he would probably say, it is alphabetized in German. Loser, or something like that. Nah, LPEC's a really nice guy. So let's see. It uses the player's experience and turns it into solid XP. Okay, so I've never used this before, so I want to use this. So let's go with the experience solidifier. That's that's a ton of diamonds. That's 18 diamonds. 18 diamonds. I take it back. Elpac is not a nice guy. He's a really, really, really bad guy. Oh, that hurts me. I'm feeling physical pain right now. So the other main option would be the obelisk, and we're going to need solarium for that. Yeah, we can make solarium. That just goes in the alloy smelter. So I guess that's what we're going for. We're also going to need energetic alloy. So these are all Ender IO alloys. Oh, it looks like these can go in the arc furnace too. But yeah, this is a fairly basic one. This is like your tier 2 alloy for Ender IO. A little bit of redstone, a little bit of glowstone, and some gold. The next level up, you have to have ender pearls, which we actually happen to have tons of. Okay, so let's sort that. Remind me, glowstone, what's the best way to process you? Crusher gives us 4. That's pretty good. Big crusher gives us 4. Just as good. Don't do Botania. Sag mill. Almost as good. That's almost as good. Actually, with the flint in there, it's possible we could get even more out of the sag mill, because it gives you pretty good chances to get more. Pulverizer is the same, and crusher from XU, extra utilities too. I think that's how Timma is abbreviating the mod, is calling it XU2. We're going to need some actual glowstone. Ugh. So how about we go ahead and do a stack of this stuff. That means we'll need 16 glowstone. At some point we'll have a better automation of this. In case you didn't notice, I got 2 more of those ender lilies. Yeah, I think you saw that, right? I think I showed you. We added those on. So now we've got 13 ender lilies, and they are just constantly giving us pearls, just non-stop. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to have a good source of ender pearls. Honestly, that might even be better than a mob grinder, at least in terms of providing us with pearls. So, are you going to go to the right place? You're trying to get smelted, aren't you? Oh, it's going in here. Well, don't go in there. So this was the direction where we wanted our, kind of like our intentional recipes to come out, right? Like we could toss in coal, or coal coke, or nether quartz, or something like that, and it would come in here. Looks like we got all of it. Somehow. Yeah, there we go. And I should probably, you know what, for convenience, ouch, for convenience, I should probably go ahead and set this up really quickly. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let's grab an ESD and a chest and some belts. We'll have to tear this down later, which is really not a big deal. But for now, this is going to be much more convenient for us. Okay, give me that instead. Like this, like that. Okay. Conveyor belts. Oh, I do have a hammer. Good. Okay, yes, good, it auto-connected. You're very wise. Aren't you awesome? Auto-connecting. Okay, here, and we'll stick our chest here. Okay, so this will allow us to automatically load items for crushing. Yep. That way, instead of coming in and climbing up the crusher, I can just come in and stick stuff in here. So let's see, we're facing north. Yeah. The inbound will be south. Outbound will be east. East. There we go. So we can toss in our quartz. There it goes. That didn't work. Wow, that really didn't work. That really didn't work. How about this? Take another scaffold. And do this. Hills can be a little janky sometimes. I've noticed that. Hills can be a little bit janky. So outbound will be up. Now what are you going to do? There it goes. And toss it in. Perfect. Oh, I want to keep that. Okay. And the scaffolds are probably getting stuck in here too. Oh, did they not? Didn't I have a scaffold that got up here? Maybe the arc furnace just instantaneously destroyed it. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Either way. Oh, there it is. Okay, squirrel. Big time squirrel. Did we get our glowstone? Looks like we got part of our glowstone. So, I came to do a stack, right? Did it not give me the whole amount? Oh no. Oh no. The crusher... Wait. So the crusher is supposed to give us 4, right? The big crusher is supposed to give us 4, and I threw 16 in there. That means we should get 40... No, we should get a whole stack. We should get 64. Maybe it just hasn't crushed yet for some reason. No, because it stopped running. Okay, this is a mystery. I want to know where my extra glowstone is. Did it go in here? Did it go in here? Wow. So apparently the crusher is not giving as much as it says it is. Very weird. Disappointing. I guess you learn something every day. I'll have to try that again some other time to see if we're actually losing some of the glowstone. Okay, so we in alloys mode. We are. You and you. And we need some gold. Do we have any gold? We have some gold. Just take it. We probably have a lot of gold over in the other building too. So we'll get about 44 out of this. So what do you think? Is this faster at making alloys? The dark steel alloy might take longer to make. I'm not sure. The other one can do 12 at a time, but it seems to process at about the speed of a furnace. So I guess the question is this 12 times as fast? I don't think it's 12 times as fast, right? It would have to take less than a second. And that's not less than a second. Anyway, so we're working on the solarium that we need. We're going to need some some solarium, some gold and soul sand. We're going to need, that's easy. We just needed one energetic alloy, so I'm probably going big time squirrel making that much energetic alloy. See if we have some more gold to use over here. Gold, yes. Yes. See if we have more gold dust waiting over here. Our overflow chest got seriously overflowed when we first started running stuff in there. It was completely stuffed. Yeah, our arc furnace is not quite ready for full-time use yet. So I know eventually we're going to end up using a stack of solarium, but we don't have tons of gold right now. So I think the best thing is probably to do it just a half stack. Yeah, something like that. Actually, that's not going to match up, is it? Let's see what it ends at. 35. So we're going to need an extra 4 gold. And that should put us where we want to be. Processing, constantly processing. We've got a really nice supply of rich slag. That's one reason I'm processing the quartz this way together with soul sand, partly because we get a good ratio out of it, like we're getting a good amount of quartz back, but also because we're getting this rich slag, and that stuff it's golden. That's our ore tripler, so it's going to be pretty awesome. How you doing here, buddy? You had too much redstone, didn't you? Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and break here, and we'll come back when all of that solarium is cooked up. You probably don't want to sit around watching alloy smelt, do you?